Boom,
Cruise
boom,
Show,
boom,
Yo
boom, boom.
92.3. Brah, 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 brah.
I'm so excited to see y'all.
Brah, 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 brah. Yo, so where you at right now, man? Is this your place?
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Okay, is that a vision board or what is all that behind you there on that door?
I like putting pictures of pretty girls up. So,
Okay.
you know.
I like that. I like that. Pretty women inspire, man. I always say when you got some feminine energy around, it inspires, first of all, it inspires motherfuckers to be funny because everyone's a comedian when there's a pretty girl around.
True.
But it also creates vibes. Les, you know what that's about.
Yeah, definitely. Sweetie, who are some of the pretty girls back there in those photos?
Honestly, girl, there's some models. I got a little Moschino ad, Prada ad, Chanel ad. I don't know their names, but they fine.
That's right. That's right. Do you have a lesbian crush? Like if you were, you know what I'm saying? Do you have a girl crush?
Do I have a girl crush? Ducky. She's a model. You don't. I don't know.
She's a model.
I gotta look her up. Ducky.
Yeah, she's so cute. I did an interview with her. We interviewed each other, and she was just so fun. I was like, okay, girl, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Is that Ducky?
Uh-huh.
She's pretty.
Right. I better look her up.
Sweetie, you got good taste. And girls. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, sweetie, for real, man, you run into another like beautiful single woman, man. Please help us with DJ Leslie. She's trying to find love. She tried to find love at a march over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't really happen.
Protest.
Because, protest was going down. Not a place to, you could really find love. But it would be a great romantic story. But sweetie, if you can help out Leslie, I hope I'm not saying too much here, but I know it's been a dry season and we need to help our sis. You feel me?
Leslie, girls, let's tap back in, around October, because I want you to have fun this summer. You never.
Thank you. Cruise. Good luck.
We trying to have fun. I mean, Leslie, don't get in no rush, girl. Do your thing because ain't nothing like a poppin', attractive single woman.
That's
she's talking.
Yeah.
But she already talking marriage. Listen, sweetie, Leslie talking marriage and children already, dog. She ain't even met this person yet.
Or are they just speaking for you?
Tell them.
No, you know what? I want love. I would like to have love. It's been a long time. It's been like 4 years.
She doesn't want the one-off. Yo, listen, stupid. Hey,
I just want love for the gram.
What Les doesn't want is the one-night stand or like the straight girl who wants to be a lesbian for the night. She's had enough of those. She wants some stability.
See, look at you.
I'm knocking shit over. I'm passionate. So listen, but yeah, she's just looking. She's not looking for that one-night stand. She's looking for stability, someone she can wake up next to. You feel me?
Wake up next to, have fun. Both of us grind, do our thing. At the end of the day, come home to each other and talk about how amazing we are.
Aww.
Okay.
Talk about how amazing we are.
Like goal-wise, you know what I mean? Like the things
we
accomplished. The things we've accomplished in the day in our careers.
Listen,
our couple with
Les,
somebody.
You deserve that. Sweetie has that. I think we all deserve it. You deserve it as well, Les.
We all deserve love, and we all deserve to be spooned and cuddled and kissed on. So yeah,
that's right.
Booty smacked and all that.
Les, you want us to get off? We can totally get off, man. It's just you, sweetie. Go ahead, knock it out.
Let go. Bye, guys. Nice seeing you.
Yo, sweetie, let's talk about Tap In, man. Tap in. Talk to us about that. And also the Pretty Bitch music movement. Talk to us about that.
So Pretty Bitch music is definitely like, excuse me. Sorry. It's definitely a loaded meaning, because when I mean pretty, like, as a little girl, I grew up in a family full of bomb-ass women, and nobody, like, looked alike. So when my fans ask me where I get my confidence from is, I get my confidence from my auntie, my grandma, my mama. So it's kind of like, that's what they taught me, and I want to share that with the world, because society, social media kind of puts up this unrealistic standard of beauty, especially people using Facetune and shit. So it's like, I want people to know that you bomb as fuck in your own skin, and and I want to give them back that power of being pretty. What does it mean to you, and how do you define it? And then for bitch, rest in peace, Tupac, it was his birthday yesterday. Mm-hmm. He inspired the acronym of bitch because, he had thug life. So for me, Bitch is boss, tough, CEO, and I'm from the Bay, so the H means high.
There it is.
So that's the meaning behind Pretty Bitch music. Have you guys heard Tap In yet?
Yeah,
Yes,
tap
fine.
in, her tap
Tap,
in.
tap,
Yo,
tap in.
gotta
So
tap in.
so the reason why, I'm back with another sample, your girl loves to sample.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Not
ask, but
on,
okay.
not, you said what?
I'm
I
gonna
was
call you
just gonna ask,
Costco
but I'm
Autumn
happy you
Samples,
brought it
girl.
up.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna call you Costco Autumn Samples.
Oh yeah, Costco Autumn samples, the fine ass Costco. Mm-hmm. So the reason why I chose to lead with Tap In is because tapping in has an underlying message of, tapping into stuff that you really care about. And at this point in time, something that I do want to tap into and like help with is Black Lives Mattering, minorities mattering, because it is something that has been televised through social media. And finally, we're making minor progressions, but it is important for us to make a difference, and we can make a difference through tapping in and voting. So at the end of the video, I do like a little message, tap in and vote because your vote counts. Millennials, Generation Z, we make up 40%, you feel me, of the voting population. So we need to go out and we need to vote. So tap in, we could turn up, but we could also, tap into some social issues.
Yes.
Yeah. Being from two different cultures, sweetie, what kind of racism did you have to deal with, or you have dealt with?
Well, for me, so in sixth and seventh grade, I used to drive like an hour to go to a school in a nice neighborhood. And I remember just, feeling like an outcast sometimes because I don't know, it's just I'm coming into my own. It's puberty, but people at school ain't really fooling with me because I don't look like them. So I had a lot of insecurities, and a racism that I did experience in the classroom is I remember my I think she was my sixth grade teacher, and she pulled me aside and she was like, "Why are you plagiarizing?" And I'm just a little girl, and I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, did your mom or did your parents write your paper?" And as a little kid, I'm thinking she's authority, she's right. And I'm like, I didn't plagiarize. So she was like, I'm gonna have a parent-teacher meeting with your mom. So I bring the paper home, I tell my mom. My mom goes off, she's furious. So she was basically implying that a little Black girl, a little mixed girl, because I'm Black and Filipino, wasn't smart enough to write a paper. And I didn't know at that time that was a form of racism. So it's just unfortunate that privilege is abused in the street, in the school system. And sometimes little girls, little boys like me don't even know that they being profiled because we don't know. We still growing up and learning about the world. So that when I was like reflecting back into my childhood, I'm like, wow, like she was a really evil teacher.
And
That's very evil. Yeah, I remember a cop asked me, I think I was in the sixth grade, maybe seventh, but a cop asked me if I have a mom and dad, and I said yes. And he asked me if they lived together, and I said yes. And he started laughing as if I was lying, like a little brown Hispanic boy couldn't have two parents at home.
No, definitely, and it's just like that's sad, and that breaks my heart because you probably know all the other little girls and little boys, Blacks, Hispanics, Indians, Asians, all those people who are encountering their own form of racism by themselves. So nobody's even able to witness it, but we feel it, and we're just kind of confused because we little kids, and we like, oh, you was probably like, why is this funny? But whatever, okay. So that's not cool.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all. With a background like yours, sweetie, an educational background like yours, highly educated, you are obviously doing the research when it comes to politics. You're obviously digging into more, finding out more. And I think, we were just talking about like the Trippie Reds and the Uzi out there. Like they're not really necessarily talking about voting because I don't necessarily think that the information has been found or has been searched for. What do you got to say about that as far as like younger artists digging for information and learning the truth so we can vote and know what we're doing?
Well, I definitely feel like it starts from the household. It starts from your environment. So we can't, solely put the blame on artists like that because I feel like if they were aware, if they were educated, then they would know to do certain things. For me, my grandma was an activist. She was Miss Black Nebraska. She was on the front page of the newspaper carrying a brick when she was protesting because she did not like the police. So ever since I was a little kid, you feel me, I had a young Black dad who was racially profiled many times in front of me. So this is something that I'm aware of, and this is nothing new to me. So I feel like it is my duty for a person who is educated on things as such as this to do my part, because if I'm silent, I'm doing a disservice to myself, to my family, and to my community. So I think the best thing that we can do is, I don't know them personally, but when we have peers that we do know who aren't doing their part, is to educate them, because they don't know. And you know, if you know better, you do better. So I think the way I like to approach it is, my job through my platform is to inform and to spread awareness. And I feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg. And since we're talking about that, I haven't released it through a statement yet, because we're still going through it legally, but I actually started my own foundation. I've been inspired, you know, through these times to really, you know, create a foundation that's going to help give back to my community. I'm interested in, you know, the minorities with education, through, you know, fighting police brutality, and through, you know, just helping create a better America for us, because we built this shit. They brought the slaves over here. You feel me? You know, the Spanish, you know, y'all doing y'all thing too. And it's just like, it just sucks that the immigrants are treated with such disrespect. And we, the people who are laying the foundation. So it's something that I am very passionate about. I'm learning as I go as well. So it's like, I can't speak to every statistic or every part, but the only thing that I can do is continue to read it. Me and my grandma, that's my best friend. She let me know, and she keeps me updated. So also just having someone in your corner to make sure that your facts are straight. Because one thing that we don't want to do is, you know, go full blast without the right information.
That's one thing I will say, that is, I feel like a lot of the younger people maybe, they feel intimidated. They don't know where to start. It's a lot of information to take in, right? So I think you're right. We need to start with our team, you know, our parents, our management. I think 2020 is more than it's never been more important to vote this year. I wanted to talk to you about your Pretty Little Thing collabo that you recently did, where you raised money for is that your organization that you're talking about?
No, so with Pretty Little Thing, like I said, I'm still going through the legalities for my organization, but I'm really proud that Pretty Little Thing stepped up to the plate, because all proceeds from my collection specifically, all proceeds went to the Black Lives Matter Foundation. Wow. So I feel like, you know, just doing things like that, I may not have my own foundation, but because I was able to collaborate with a partner who, you know, understands and is trying to, you know, make sure they're proactive with, you know, with us, we donated all proceeds, not just, you know, 50, not 75, all proceeds to the foundation.
You guys clap it up. That's amazing.
Like that. Not a portion of proceeds. We talking all proceeds.
All of it.
All proceeds. And and I forgot, you were saying something earlier about not knowing something. About maybe something not knowing about immigrants. I forgot, but it sparked a light bulb in my head, because, you know, my mama immigrant. She's from the Philippines. She came here when she was 13. And something that I'd like to help as well is, you know, I feel like immigrants, people like my mom, they want to be proactive, but at the same time, they kind of have to walk on eggshells, because people are like, the government is constantly trying to send them back to their country. So it's like, that's another thing that I'd like to look into with my foundation, is protecting the people who are coming to America for a better life, because they're humans too. They bleed like us too. They humans, whether if you're American, you're an immigrant, you're a human being and your life matters. Exactly. So it's like, it's important for us to protect our communities, to protect the Blacks, the Mexicans, the Asians, because it just seems like the government is just trying to take us out. And we can see it through videos. And I'm so happy that social media is around. You know, it does have its negatives, but one positive that it does have, it raises social awareness. So I'm really happy that we do have those videos circulating around.
Sure. I mean, I want to take it as far as, like, I believe Native Americans and Mexicans were the first Americans. You know, land was taken.
You know,
Caucasians, you know, white people, white America, their ancestors were the true immigrants.
Yep.
Right. And you know what? I read that somewhere, and that's the problem with these history books as well. I was saying the history books needs to be rewritten, because we're not taught that. You feel me? The white folks is really the immigrants. That's crazy. And they came in here and they slaughtered They slaughtered, they did a massacre of the Mexicans and the Native Americans. That is a disgrace, and this country is built on blood.
Yo,
so
we had a whole holiday, Christopher Columbus, that we used to take off.
Right, and it's just like, where is our pride? If you're constantly telling, Mexicans that they're only immigrants, and where's our pride when you're telling Black people that we were only slaves? And, they might talk about Cesar Chavez and Martin Luther King for a little portion or a little paragraph in the history books. No, the way we spend a whole semester talking about white folks and, the people who actually came here and killed Native Americans and Mexicans, you need to enlighten them about that. And you need to talk more about the innovators, the CEOs, and the entrepreneurs and the minorities who actually made a difference for this country.
Talk to me, man.
Yes.
Listen, now I know why it's called Tap In, my G. Wow. Listen, Saweetie is fully checked in and tapped in, man. And I think, hip hop and celebrities, I believe, have a responsibility, maybe an obligation. That may not be the word, but there is a responsibility there because of the voice that celebrities have, the voice, the presence that hip hop has as well. And it seems as if you're taking on that responsibility.
No, definitely. And in the beginning, I was taking my time with it because I like to educate myself. So me and my grandma, we was on FaceTime. She was just letting me know. And I'm really happy to be a part of the movement of making a change. Making a change is extremely important. And it just makes me sad, and it's heartbreaking when you're seeing brothers, wives, sisters, family members. You've seen the hangings. Four men were three men and one woman who was pregnant was hung, and they're ruling it as, you feel me, suicide, mental depression. That's bullshit. So these are the things that I'm interested in helping, because these people live. These people are humans, and like you said, people may not feel it is their obligation. Everybody feels different, but like I said, I feel like it is my obligation, because I thank God for allowing me to live out my dream. I'm passionate about music, but I do feel like there is purpose with platform. And with my platform, it is my duty to spread awareness, to educate, and to make a difference financially, mentally, and hopefully we can, create a better ecosystem, a better environment for everyone. So I remember watching Biggie. He did an interview, and he was like, I'm not scared of nobody because you bleed like me. It's the same thing when it comes to equality. What makes your blood better than my blood? Nothing. So it's just like, y'all need to quit killing us, and y'all need to quit turning a blind eye to these lynchings, to these police brutality of, you clearly are bullying people. Bullying goes beyond middle school, high
a whole
school.
race of people.
Y'all bullying in the streets. The police, like Tupac said, the police, they're the biggest gang in America, and they're the most cutthroat, and they're getting away with that. So it's just like, I know we're here to promote music, but at the same time, social issues is my top priority, and that's why I want to tap in, and that's why I want to tap into the streets, and that's why I want to tap in with organizations and with foundations, because it is my job as a Black woman, as a Filipino woman, as a minority, to make a change with my platform.
That's it, man. Do you see yourself ever running for office, getting into the political ring down the line?
So people have asked me that, and if I was not a rapper, I would have been a beautician because I love making women look beautiful, or I would have been a politician because in high school I love debates. I love popping my shit like in the classroom. You feel me? Like I love doing that. I feel like the more that I educate myself, the more that I become passionate about life, because music is therapy. It makes you happy, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy that I have people like you backing me, helping me take steps in my career. But this goes past the clubs. It goes past kickbacks. It goes past riding around in your car playing your music. We have lives. We go home to our families. But if we're going home to our families and we're finding out that one of our brothers one of our sisters is killed because it's basically legal. It's basically legal to kill a minority. You feel me? If we talk about it, then I need to pay attention to that too. What if that was my uncle?
Yeah.
What if that was my dad?
Yeah.
So it's like I care for my fans, and I care for the community because who supported me. So how can I support y'all back? And that's how I would like to, give back. So I don't know. Maybe the more I teach myself, you feel me? Saweetie might get involved politically because if I'm able to, not only influence through fashion and through music, if I can influence through making a difference for Black lives, for Mexican lives, for Spanish lives, for Indian lives, for Asian lives, that's what I want to do.
That's it, yo.
That's so
Saweetie,
beautiful.
we love you on this side, man. Congratulations on everything. Keep going, keep inspiring, please, man. And I see you having fun with your dad recently as well. I thought that was beautiful, That's just amazing. It's awesome. And I know, he's very proud of you. Your whole family's very proud of you, and continue searching for the truth and exploiting it. You know what I'm saying? And Tap In is a single. It's all over the place, man. All streaming platforms. Stream it right now. Tap In. Les, we got to get it on the radio.
Oh, we're working on it. It's happening soon.
Well, thank you, y'all. And to everybody who may be watching this, to even you guys, I really appreciate your support. But beyond, the music, because I love the music videos bomb. Let's really tap into, our community, because our community needs us right now. Beautiful. And it's important that we support them.
Yep, absolutely. And stay icy by all means.
And stay icy, I know that's right.
Saweetie, when this is all over, as far as quarantine and germs and all of that, I don't know. Come see us, please, man. We're in LA. We're on in the afternoon, man. We'd love to see you soon.
I would love to. I always got love for y'all. Y'all never did nothing, crazy. And I really appreciate that. So always love for me. Always support whatever y'all need from me. I got you.
Man, love that, Saweetie. Salute. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Take care of yourself.